Hello, it is Sabriya Dobbins, the founder and CEO of Project Passport. And for the series, one episode of Living Life Full Force, I want to challenge you to think about your mind. Okay, so just because the world is in chaos, it does not mean that your mind has to be in chaos too. Your mind is a lot more powerful than your body, and I think we all can agree upon that. Think about it. If you are sitting in a space where you're unhappy and you are doing things that you don't want to do in your life, you often use your mind to help you escape the moments that you're living in right now, right? And sometimes your mind actually gets you in a better mood than if you just sat and thought about the moments that you're living in, if you sat and thought about the environment that you were in. So I challenge you today to first say to yourself, okay, things are happening. Go ahead and acknowledge the fact that the world is having some rough things going on. The coronavirus, we have terrorism attacks. We have people doing really mean things to each other. Go ahead and acknowledge all the bad. I'm not saying ignore it. There's no avoiding what's going on in the world, period. You can't ignore it. But what I can say is once you get past acknowledging it, you need to start prepping your brain to say, okay, what are the things that I can control? What are the things that matter to me? What do I want to get accomplished if I have extra time to do so? Who am I and what am I trying to do here? What is my place in the world to deal with all this? What is my abilities? What are my abilities? What can I do here and now in my space in the world? That's the problem. A lot of us don't think about ourselves. We don't want to take accountability, and it's okay. It's hard. Who wants to take accountability? Who wants to take accountability? Like, let's be honest. It's much easier to say, oh, I'm going to depend it on someone else or something else. But the number one thing you have to do is step back and say, where do I fit into this narrative? Where do I fit into this equation? And what can I control? And that oftentimes is just the things that you're passionate about, the things that you can do, the things that matter to you, because they are important for this world. And that's something that you can control. So let's start with that. Let's start with your passion. Well, maybe you don't know your passion, but let's start to understand that that'll play a huge role in the work that you're going to do in the world here. So number one, just because the world is in chaos does not mean that you have to be in chaos, okay? All right, we'll be back with more soon.